Cari amici, buonasera. Shalom, this is Noah. Thank you for inviting me to take part in this TEDx Napoli conference. I'm very honored. Since October 7th, we in Israel have been living a nightmare. The acts of brutal terror committed by Hamas are impossible to put in words. And then, soon after, violence and more violence, our army going out to Gaza to fight a war that we don't understand. And remember, the Israeli army is a people's army, which means that our children, our friends, our mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters are all there in that army. And who is leading this army? What are they offering our children going out to fight this war? Nothing. What are they saying to the bereaved families, to the crying, broken mothers, to all of the people suffering, to the hundreds of thousands afraid, misplaced, homeless here in Israel? Nothing. That is why we go out into the streets to demonstrate against them, me and my friends and hundreds of thousands of Israelis. And it's more and more every week. We are furious. This government should not be in place for one day. They are greatly responsible for the horrible nightmare we are experiencing because they have not brought peace to this country. And the same is true for our neighbors. We try to see their suffering, but you know, here in Israel, nobody sees the suffering of the Gazans. No, it is not shown on Israeli media. We are so immersed in our own pain and suffering and fury. And the same goes for the other side. They do not see our pain. They would deny our pain. They would deny its very existence. And that is a catastrophe within itself. But that does not eliminate the pain. Yes, there is a horrible, horrible nightmare occurring in Gaza, with children dying and mothers suffering and hunger. It's just impossible to think about. And what has happened? Both sides have been kidnapped, just as our hostages have been kidnapped and are suffering in Hamas tunnels. Both people, Israeli and Palestine, have been kidnapped by extremists. Hamas has kidnapped the Palestinian people. With their jihad idealism, they have brought catastrophe on the Palestinian people, with no hope for peace. Yes, peace. Peace is the enemy of extremism, and peace is the only way to fight against extremism. The enemy of Hamas, just like the enemy of Jewish messianic extremism, is peace. And we must do everything for a diplomatic agreement that will end this war, that will eradicate Hamas and eliminate the extremism from Israel as well, bring decent, good leadership to both peoples that would lead us to peace finally, after too many years and so much bloodshed. This is the only thing we can hope for and we must work for. Stand for peace between Israel and Palestine. Stand for a two-state solution, Israel living side by side with Palestine. This is the only way we can hope for a stable Middle East and for a stable world, because peace in the Middle East, as we all know, will affect the entire world, as war in the Middle East is affecting the entire world. And I call upon religious leaders as well. You should stand up and say, no killing in the name of God. No, God is a God of love and should bring us all together. We are all one, and our well-being depends on each other. If we do not understand that, we can never start to heal and to emerge into a better future. I call all nations to come together and help to bring an agreement between Israel and Palestine. I call upon the moderate Arab nations, come, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, everyone. I call the European Union, I call the United States, who has been making efforts. Yes, we appreciate that. And of course, I call upon my brothers and sisters here in Israel, stand up and say, we demand our government to resign. We demand a peace agreement. And my brothers and sisters in Palestine demand the same thing, demand peace. International community, support us, support our efforts to eradicate extremism and to bring peace and to bring the hostages home, please, finally. It's impossible to see the suffering of those families, just as it's impossible to see the suffering of the mothers in Gaza. It's impossible to see this suffering, and we must bring an end to it. Stand with Israel and Palestine, living side by side in peace. Return the hostages, end the war, and start immediately a diplomatic process. Because only with peace can we remember that life is sacred. And only when we remember that life is sacred will we bring peace. And then remember that life is beautiful. La vita è bella. Grazie.